I'm Polly Pattullo, publisher of Papillote Press, and I'm here in Dominica, the nature island of the Caribbean. Welcome to this edition of En Papillote. Here is Home Home by the Trinidadian writer Lisa Allen-Agostini. It's an award-winning young adult novel and is set in Canada with strong Trinidadian connections. I wanted to publish this because I was immediately drawn to the protagonist, an engaging if troubled teenage girl who is trying to deal with her depression in an unfamiliar culture. I also think it's a brave book because it deals with two subjects not usually handled in Caribbean literature, at least not in young adult literature: sexuality and mental health. Here is Lisa to read an extract from Home Home. I hope you enjoy.
Hi, I'm Lisa Allen-Agostini, and I'm reading today from my book, Home Home. We walked into the restaurant, and I nearly died in my brand new sneakers. This boy, who was sitting down at one of the tables with these two good-looking, older white guys, was the most gorgeous guy I'd ever seen. He was about 16, with clear skin the color of an apple about 10 minutes after it's been cut. Sort of caramelly brown, but not so buttery. He had curly hair so perfect that it looked like an advertisement for curly hair. He had hazel eyes and long eyelashes and pink lips and a button nose and reddish-brown freckles on his high cheekbones. I'd never seen anybody so good-looking in real life before. I mean, I'd seen movie stars on screen and they were good-looking, but Tom Cruise is really only about half my height in real life. So I figured there were a lot of things that clever camera angles could simulate, including good looks. There were no clever camera angles here. Just the best looking guy I'd ever seen. He was also tall AF, judging by the length of the legs I saw folded on the table, under the table, and the length of the arms I saw folded above it. And then Julie and Aunt Jillian caused me to have a minor heart attack in the middle of the restaurant. "It's Nathan and Bill," said Julie to Jillian. "Wow, I haven't seen them in ages. I wonder if they've ordered yet." We ended up sitting at their table and having dinner together, me next to the most gorgeous guy I'd ever seen in real life. I wished I could call Akila instantly to discuss the new development and the terror I felt, but I knew if I pulled out my phone it would be rude and Jillian and Julie would be disappointed in me. So I sat at the table, ducked my head, and tried not to pass out from lack of oxygen. I should have said steak. It's less messy than Mexican, which is all sauces and burritos and chips and dips, and has all kinds of potential for falling on the clothes that I obviously should not have worn. They were cool for the mall, but now there was this guy and we were at dinner and I felt I looked like a slob in skinny jeans and a flannel shirt. And those new sneakers were so obnoxiously shiny. My mouth was dry and ashy. I should have at least put on some chapstick. I felt horribly unprepared for the moment. There was a sick feeling in the pit of my stomach. Imagining the way I must have seemed to the cute boy, I was filled with self-disgust. I couldn't eat. I didn't say much. I toyed with my phone, spinning it around and around on the table. As soon as I could, I excused myself and ran away to the bathroom. I leaned against a big mirror. It was surrounded by tiny sombreros and maracas and chili peppers. It was super cheesy, but it didn't matter to me. All I felt was my deep shame and the awful pain in the center of my belly. I took about 10 deep breaths. I will not scream. I will not scream. I will not scream. I reached a shaky hand into my pocket for my phone, but it wasn't there. I must have left it on the table when I fled. I will not scream. I will not scream. Nope. I screamed. I stuffed my fist in my mouth and I screamed again. It was a little scream though. And I quickly got my act together and stopped crying and stopped my hands from shaking and generally tried to sound very normal when the woman in the stall next to mine asked very timidly, "Are you okay in there?" story is about a girl who has anxiety and depression, and her family moves her to Canada where she lives with her aunts, and she becomes, a new person there. So I hope you enjoy it.